This video is sponsored by Mecrob. In the desolate expanse of Dune Meta, the echoes of a forgotten age reverberate through a wasteland of shifting sands and relics. The landscape is a rugged tapestry of ancient technology and remnants of a bygone civilization. Amidst the desolate terrain, where steam and rust intermingle with the natural world, every artifact holds a story of survival and transformation. I'm Chris, and this is Mecrob. Mecrob is a company started in 2012 that takes old bolts and pieces and turns them into awesome sculptures. I'm doing something a little different today. They actually sent me a kit. I'm going to build it for you. It's very interesting timing in my life. Not that that matters to you, but they're an awesome website that make really, really cool kits. Today I'm building the Scavenger from the Dune Meta collection, but they have a bunch of other cool collections and things like that. Ornithopter. If I order something next, it's probably going to be these cool glass robots up here. I don't know. They're a very cool website who make awesome sculptures. You build them yourself. There's no painting and gluing. They're just pretty rad. So where are we today? Well, we're not in the usual space. I'm in a new desk, a temporary desk in a dingy, dusty basement. And we're gonna have to spruce things up a little bit if we're gonna build this robot. But what does a dingy desk need but a light? So today we're gonna build a lamp. I'm kind of excited. Are you excited to build a lamp together, folks? I hope so, because it's probably gonna be 20 minutes of building a lamp. What does any hobby desk need? We need a used cutting mat covered in paint. We need a couple little storage drawers. And we need a little friend to keep us company. Perfect. We are all set to build our Dune Scavenger. Ooh, fancy. This is a phenomenal looking little kit. It literally just comes with a box full of metal bolts and electronics, and I'm so excited to build this kit. It's so different than the things I normally do. Obviously, I normally work with, Warhammer models, that sort of thing. Mecrob sent me this awesome kit, and today we're gonna build it. It's gonna be a little different than our usual, but I'm very, very excited. There's a link in the description. They're running a sale right now. My name's Chris. I like to paint things, and today we're gonna build a Dune Scavenger. So this kit's pretty cool. I mean, I always appreciate a nice looking box. We've got our instruction manual, very, very high quality instruction manual. I'll show you that later. We've got two little boxes within boxes, because who doesn't like boxes within boxes within boxes? Seemingly identical, but they're going to come with all of our pieces. Now, Mecrob likes to call this a puzzle. Puzzle's a fun word when you get instructions for it, I guess, but we're going to get bags within boxes within boxes. And a little guy we get to beat the crap out of. They even throw in a couple of tools. If I were to build this project again or do another Mecrob kit, I would probably pick up some new tools, a little bit, fancier ones. But the ones in this box I used for the entire project. And I think this is going to be our lamp. Look at that. Wowee. So like I said, the rulebook, God. The instruction manual is very, very nice. Full high quality, print gloss with some tips, and our torturing buddy, which is the most, okay, sure. So we're gonna stab a little yellow man probably 7 or 8 times in this video. Sorry, bud. I think step 1 must just be to beat the crap out of him, right? So anyway, a lot of pieces. There are lots and lots of little pieces in this kit. So if you're not used to working with little pieces, buckle up, because there's a lot of small, similar looking screws that are going to get very, very, very tricky unless we sort them well. If I were to do this again, I would definitely invest in a bunch of little containers to put all of the different pieces in, because opening and closing these bags probably doubled the amount of build time it took me to do this. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of little bolts. There's a lot of like what I'd call shish kebabbing in this kit. So you take a long bolt and then you're going to thread a bunch of other bolts on top of it. Now, don't be a dingus like me and leave all these pieces loose, assuming all these gears are going to move back and forth. Everything in this kit needs to be extra tight. Trust me, it'll save you like a lot of headache later. I did realize that you can also use, pliers to thread these screws. Sometimes it was easier, sometimes it was harder. I don't know, I'm not used to working with tools like this or really tiny bits. I mean, my Warhammer models are usually plastic that I just glue together, and somehow that's easier than using screws, I guess. I don't know. But that's page 1. Look at this. We're on to a great start, folks. Easy peasy. I made some legs. Look at those legs. They're real floppy legs. I was actually very, very happy once these legs were made, and then I built the little waist to connect all of them, and I was like, oh, this looks like a person. From step 1, I realized they were feet, but these feet ain't look a whole lot like feet. But now, look at that. We got feet and legs. Get out of here. And after all that, I got legs. And a cat. With the legs done, we need some hands, preferably not injured hands from rock climbing, but I don't want to make hands in this dingy basement, so we're gonna go outside. I don't know if you've ever hobbied outside before. I'd actually recommend it. You just bring out the essentials, our little yellow guy and a little mat, and little pieces, and it's actually really enjoyable. It was a beautiful day. It was the first day around here. It wasn't like 85 degrees, and I made a couple of hands. Look at that. Well, these were fingies. And then I thought this was how you made the hand correctly. It kind of reminded me of little Edward Scissorhands hands, but do not build your hands like this. This is wrong. I will fix them in a second. He's enjoying them though. These are not the correct hands. These are the correct hands. That little bit is actually the wrist. Man, look at these cool little hands. Look at that. That's way better. This is something I'm used to. Well, we have a couple of legs and a torso. We got a couple of hands. Now we gotta put everything together. So we're gonna make a body. Oh, can't forget you. The body was actually very interesting. It's when I started using some bigger pieces for once. It was kind of nice because they were just larger pieces, a little easier to work with. Because up until before this, I mean, these bolts are small. You can see my fingies. These bolts are small. A lot of this was very fiddly work I'm not used to. Check out the arms. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I was very happy with these little arms. We have like a dude. Look at him. Look at him go. His legs are a little wobbly. Gotta fix that.
This is a big deal. He stands by himself.
But our creation can't be some sort of headless monstrosity. He's gonna need a face. Look at this little face. I really enjoyed getting to this step because I kind of felt like, you know, we're there. Like, I see the finish line. Before it was just like, oh God, my eyes. Ah. Oh, that's a really nice lamp. Before I got to like this stage, it was really hard to kind of see what was happening because it's just a lot of bolts that don't really, you know. Eventually, like, oh, those look like legs and those look like arms. But once I got a body and then it had a head, oh man, like you could use this lamp now without doing all the extra fun stuff I'm gonna do afterward. Secured that bad boy in place and made sure I did it right because there's a few times I did not. And look at my beautiful, beautiful boy here. My scavenger is coming to life. But now he needs clothes. He is a bit nude. The kit came with some like fun fabric pieces and stuff. It was pretty rad actually. Dressing him was not as easy as I would have thought, but it really adds like the character. There's something kind of fun about like a robot with organic bits. And there's even a handy dandy QR code because this step made no sense in a 2D image, and I appreciate it, guys. Now, just like any other miniature, the last step is basing. This guy came with a really nice plinth-like base. I mean, this is basically what you'd put a lamp on, and a bunch of cool gears to kind of decorate it. You put these gears together in an interesting way, and they make little screws and generator-looking things. I mean, this is actually, look how rad that is. I mean, that's some steampunk generator going on right there. I'm excited that I have some extra bits left over because I'm going to build something really cool with all of them. Now, don't forget your little tweezer condoms. They're very, very important when bending wire, apparently, which is what we're going to do next. Actually, they're nice because you can bend wire without, you know, putting scratches on it, which is not something I thought of before. This was a really interesting step. 2, 3, maybe full pages of 1-to-1 scale wire bending diagrams because you needed the wire to be the exact correct length. Now, there's a little give it's wire, but that's pretty rad, actually. I really enjoyed this change of pace from screwing in tiny things to screwing in bigger things with wire in them. And it's cool. I mean, the nice thing is you can always bend the wire back when you mess it up a bunch like I did. I think I did redo this step 4 times, but don't worry. That's why we have our little torture pail. Next up, we need our handy dandy heavy duty magnets. The magnets that come in this kit are actually very nice, and they kept getting stuck to the different pieces of the kit in the box, which was kind of fun to deal with. Who doesn't love magnets? How do they work? Insert juggalos here. Then we need to get the stinking wire out of the way. This is a step that was very, very difficult, and I don't want to glue this piece, but I may fudge it later. But we needed the magnets to make magnetic shoes. Look at those magnetic shoes. So our beautiful boy can stand up. I may screw the shoes on. You're not supposed to, but I might, just to help him stand. And then he needs his full cloak. With dress-up time complete, our model is basically done. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, especially those of you who made it all the way to the end. My name is Chris. This video has been sponsored by Mecrob. They make awesome kits. There's a link down in the description. I think you should go click it. Just take a look at what they got. If you buy anything, I get a small kickback. If you don't buy anything, save it to your tabs. Buy it later. Buy it for a friend. They're running sales all the time. Very cool company. This is my first sponsored video, so it was very fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. It's a little different. We'll probably get back to the 40K stuff next week. Actually, I think I have more robots coming, because who doesn't like robots, especially cheap ones? I know you guys do. That's about it. Again, thank you to Mecrob. Thank you for everyone over there who I talked to. You guys were really, really cool. I will be buying another kit, probably those little lamps or those little brain guys. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. Check out my scavenger. He's beautiful. He's probably going to christen my new desk in like 2 to 3 months when I get it. So I've been Chris. I like to paint things, and today I like to build lamps. Have a good one.